we could sit down right here, right now, you and I, and, you know, we could talk it out. We could figure this out. We can do this. We can, do all that shit. Alright, this is going to be a organized video. You know, we're going to keep the topics right here. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, let me stop messing around for real. Alright, so I wanted to talk to y'all about college and picking fuck. Turn that shit off. My bad. Alright, so how do I want to go about saying this? So basically, I want y'all to like realize that, you know, when you go to school, you know, you're gonna pick your classes, you're gonna do all this stuff, and eventually you're gonna have to declare a major. You know, you might start, you know, liberal arts, and, you know, you're just taking like classes from different areas and stuff, and then, you know, eventually you have to get specific. I want this video to be like, I guess I wanna motivate you to do what you really want to do in life. Like what you really want to do. Like really think about it. Like for just a second, don't think like, what's the safe job? You know, what's gonna, you know, do this, do that, do this. What do you really want to do? Do you want to be a businessman? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do you want to be an artist, a musician? What do you really want out of life? And, you know, I've been thinking about this a lot because, you know, this is something that, you know, I've gone through personally, where, you know, you're pursuing a career at school and you're paying for it and stuff and you're going through the classes, but are you really doing what you want to do? Are you just going for something because it's safe? I know I'm gonna get a job, the money's gonna be okay, I'll be able to make it. You know, I don't really think, and it's not anybody's fault, because I feel like most people, you know, not that society pushes for it to be like that, but like, you know, my whole life, you know, I've heard things like, don't go into majors with arts and stuff like that. You want to go for stuff with maths and sciences and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, so for a student like me, when you hear things like that, you get nervous and it puts a lot of stress on you, because those weren't always my strongest, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Freaking, you know, my subjects. Those weren't always my strongest subjects. You know, I was a good writer. I was good at you know, I was good in art things, or whether it be like computers and, you know, just like, but like I was never good at maths and sciences. Like I was never good. And honestly, throughout high school, you know, in like elementary school and shit, you know, most people, you'd be making honor roll and shit. So, you know, I used to make honor roll. You know, I was on the what am I talking about? The honor roll. And then when I got to middle school, like I started getting like that was the first time I started getting C's. I never got like D's or F's or anything, but I started getting C's, and the classes I got those in were maths and sciences. I just wasn't great at those subjects, and I've always struggled with them. I mean, those weren't my strong suits. Everything else I would do great in. You know, I was a good student. It wasn't because I didn't try. It wasn't because I didn't study. You know, it's just because of the type of student I am. You know, some people just aren't good at certain things. It's like people who are good at. I know people who were straight A students. You know, Dean's List, whatever. But when it came to, you know, standardized testing, they weren't good at that. I know kids who had 4.0 GPAs took the SAT, and, you know, they didn't get a great score, and they didn't get a scholarship. And, you know, when you think about it like that, it's fucked up, because you would think schools will want to reward those who are doing their best in school, but no, we base everything off of one test. So it's kind of silly. But it's like that. You know, I wasn't great at those. And, you know, around like middle school, you know, in my family, my like parents started like throwing things out there like, oh, why don't you go for teaching or and then nursing. They kept saying nursing. And at this point in my life, I was already looking at nursing and stuff. And I know that sounds really crazy because I'm only in middle school, but that's just how it was. And you know, nursing, I would look at nursing like, man, like, you know, this is a cool job, this, that, and the third. You know, I at that point I was, you know, a lot of stuff was, you know, happening, and I saw like nurses in action, and you know, I thought, wow, that's a really like, I had a lot of respect for them and stuff, and just the medical field in general. And so I kind of like kept that in the back of my mind, but at the same time, like, I was always like sketching and doodling, and I was into like making like little videos with my friends, and just like, you know, more like my brain was always more on the creative end, like more like, you know, I'm not gonna say like I was some crazy artist or somewhere, or I couldn't live without that stuff, but I was into like gaming and just like, you know, whether it be like cartoons, and just like I liked it, that those things were my interests, and sports. And like, you know, part of me was always like being pushed to go towards that like safe medical field, math subjects, things like that. But you know, it when I'm pushing for that stuff, I was leaving the things that I really love and the things that you know make me me and I hold dearly. I was leaving those behind. So, you know, I went into college, and right off the, you know, through high school and through college and all the way up into college, I was like, I'm going to be a nurse. And I did community service. And I still think nursing is an amazing job. I still have all the respect in the world, and, you know, at times I still somewhat want to pursue it, but at the same time, I know where my strengths lie, and I'm at a point in my life where, you know, I know like I'll be okay. Like I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go for you know, graphic design and stuff. So basically, you know, I want you to realize that you know, people are gonna try to steer you away at times when you mention what you really want to do, and if it's like your parents, it's most likely because like they just want the best for you, and they want you to do good, and you know, be financially stable. Like I feel like you know, once people grow up, and you know, they get hit with bills and you know, all that stuff, you know, the real world sets in, and you know, then you've got real world problems, and you know, you gotta figure out how you can get it. So that's why I feel like a lot of people will steer you towards certain degrees, because they know you'll be okay, you'll be able to pay the bills, you'll be able to get the house, afford a car payment, this, that, and the third, all that stuff. But with that said, it's like, all that's nice, and yeah, it's important, but like for a person like me, I used to be all about, oh, I want money. I want money, 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 money. I want a pool, I want a big ass freaking house, I want these crazy cars, all this stuff. And like, I still like that stuff. Of course I want it. But I'm at a point where also I'm like, you know, I don't want just any old job. Like, I wanna be happy when I go to work. As crazy as that sounds, because when you think about it, all you hear is people in life saying, oh my god, I can't wait to retire, I can't wait to retire, I can't wait to retire, I'm tired of work. You know, you probably see this in people that you know in their everyday lives. Like, you see people who are just tired of working. And, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, I'm going to have a job that, you know, I want to be there 24/7, but I feel like life will be a lot easier and a lot more satisfying if you actually did enjoy your job. You know, if you really have a passion for something, make it happen. Because what better feeling could there be than, you know, actually waking up in the morning and going to that job or whatever you have. You're getting paid to do it. The bills are getting paid. You have a roof over your head. You know, you can afford things. What better feeling is there? Like, that's so satisfying. That's so nice. You know, don't don't just go for, what people tell you to go for or what is safe, because okay, you go to school and you spend all that money and you get in debt because college costs money, and you get in all this debt, and then you come out and then you work to pay off your loans. And then you have people who that happens to, they get out and then they go into the job and they don't like it. I know a guy I was working with at my job now. He was in school, and I heard that he was working. He got his degree. He went and did what he was gonna do, and he didn't like it. He just did not like it, and it's like, how, like that has to suck. And it's like, maybe he went for his passion, or maybe he didn't. But if he didn't go for what he's passionate about, or what he really wanted to do, then it's kind of like that sucks even more. Because now you spent time going towards something when you could have been going towards something that you really wanted to do. It's like you only have so much time on Earth. Why not just spend it actually going for what you want to do, actually getting those experiences? You're gonna life is just experiences. You're just like taking from anything you do. Even that, like, a little job that I have right now. I work at Panera Bread, a fast food restaurant. I'm still getting experiences, and whether that be meeting new people, or just knowing how that business works, or anything of the sort, you're learning in some way. So it's like, go for that thing you really want to do, because then you can at least look back and say, I pursued that, I did it, I tried it. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Always have a backup plan. There's no reason why you shouldn't have a backup plan going into school. Just keep a backup plan in mind. A minor or something, minor in business or something, anything. But really pursue that shit. If you like music and you want to be a producer, or make beats, whatever you want to do, then do it. Don't let people sit here and say, oh well, only look at how many of those there are. There's not that many. How are you gonna get a job done? How are you gonna do? Everything requires risk. Everything requires risk. And you're not going to know what you're capable of or what could have happened unless you take that risk. And is it going to be scary? Yeah. Are you going to feel lost at times? Yeah. Are you going to be like, man, was this not the right decision to go forth and do this? Yes. But if you're really about something, and you're really going to put in all the effort to do it, take the chance. Do it. If you know you're really about it, just do it. Nike that shit. No, I'm playing. But like, deadass, like, do not, it's gonna be scary. Like, at times I be scared right now, because like, I've realized I've taken a chance, and I have family telling me, like, Ben, like, they talk to me all the time, like, have a backup plan, like, because you don't know what's gonna happen, and this, that, and the third. But it's like, sometimes you just gotta be willing to take that chance, dog. Like, and guess what? For some people, I bet the best thing they ever did was take a chance. Imagine how many successful people there are, but would they be that successful if they didn't take a chance? No. It's really easy to get a 9 to 5, and you work it forever. You can do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. At the end of the day, it's about supporting yourself, and just being able to eat and just have a roof over your head. And maybe you don't have all the luxuries in life, but guess what? You can make it. You can do it. But you gotta be willing to take that chance, and that's why I encourage you to go to school and really think about it. Really sit down and think, what are my interests? What do I like? What do I this? And and like, not to take anybody's advice, but do what you want to do for you. Like, you can hear people out. People are gonna throw you ideas, and they'll throw you the stuff like, oh, well, the medical field has a lot of jobs. You could be an accountant. You can do this. Maybe you're good at science and math, and that's what you want to do. And if that's the case, you are alive. You're cool, dog. Because, you know, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was in those science classes, and I wasn't great, but that shit was interesting. It really was, and I enjoyed everything I did. It's just I was getting C's. I didn't get the grades that were required to, you know, go into or be considered for a lot of nursing programs. And I was just at the point where I was fed up. And I said, you know what? Like, I'm going to pursue something more artistic, something that will play into my interests more and that I can take. And at this point, it's like, you know, I don't have any walls. I don't have any barriers because I just plan on being the best that I can at whatever I want to do at this point in my life. Like, that's how I feel. And a lot of people, when I say that shit, they look at me like I'm crazy. Like, you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? This, that, and the third. And it's like, bro, like, I'm in this shit for the ride, dog. Like, you just gotta. I'm willing to take the risk, and I'm taking mine. I'm taking mine right now. I'm in it. And, you know, I pray that it pays off. But I'm going to work my ass off every day to try to make that shit happen. Like, so, you know, I just hope that, not hope, but I encourage you and I challenge you that when you go to school, really think about what you want to do. And just don't be afraid. If you want to be a game designer, yo, go for game design, web design, whatever you want to do. You want to be an architect, do it. You want to be an entrepreneur, get those business classes. You want to be an accountant, you could take all those math classes. Yo, just do everything that you can to the best of your ability. Don't sell yourself short. Don't cheat yourself. And don't let people disencourage you from doing what you want to do. You know, that's all I can really say to you. Like, that is how I honestly feel. And I know if I'm feeling that way, I can't be the only one. I know there's plenty of people out there that feel the same way. Don't be afraid to be great. Take the risk, yo, and you're not going to regret it. Because at least at the end of the day, you don't have regrets. You can say, I tried it out. Did it happen? Maybe not. But I tried it, and, you know, I gave it my best shot, and that's something you got to experience out of life, and you get to take that with you forever. So, you know, that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about today. That's just what's been on my mind as of recently. And, you know, I hope that that, you know, you guys can relate. You know, maybe you've never thought about that, and maybe you're hearing this for the first time, and maybe you have some thinking to do. Maybe you think I'm crazy. It don't matter, but, you know, just, you know, when you go to school, make sure you go for something you really want to do, because, you know, I think life will be a lot more enjoyable if you have a career where you don't actually mind waking up in the morning and going to it, and you're actually happy with it. And, you know, that's gonna give you a better I don't even know. It's gonna give you a better dang, dog. I remember my professor always used to say this shit in my ethics course, and I can't remember it. Basically, the word I'm looking for, or phrase, it's gonna give you a better like how your life goes. You'll feel like it's more fulfilling, and, you know, you no matter what you're at, you just feel fulfilled. You feel good, and, you know, you just feel that life is nice and it's good right now. And that's how I'm gonna feel. I'm gonna feel good. I'm gonna feel nice, and, you know, that's I would be the happiest person in the world if I can just do what I want or what I love or anything that has to do with the interests that I have, and I can get paid for it and I can sustain a living. So, you know, that's just me. So if you feel the same way, I'm sure you're going for what you really want to do. If you feel like you're in school right now for something that you really want to do and you're doing it not for yourself and for other people, then, you know, you have some serious thinking to do. You know, don't be afraid to have that conversation with those people, or, you know, with yourself internally, and, you know, make the changes that you have to. If you have any doubts in your mind at all about what you are doing, any doubts at all that you feel like this might not be what I want to do and I'm just doing this to do it, then I don't encourage you to do that. I would say sit back, think on it, and really figure out what you want to go for. Don't be afraid to take the risk, because it might be the best decision you've ever made. that is not something that I think anybody should look back on and go, damn, I didn't do that. So with that said, this video is a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but you know, got a little into it. But I hope that you enjoyed it, and go out there and be great people, and just do what you want to do, man. For real, just do what you want to do. Alright, see y'all next time.